You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
From Ball State Softball Stadium here on the campus of Ball State University, after 23 games on the road, it is the Ball State home opener. My name is Maxwell Gillie, thrilled to be joined by Roen Elbert. And Roen, it's finally here, home opener. How excited are the Cardinals to finally get to play in front of their hometown?
Look, I don't know about them, but I know I'm excited. 23 days, like you said, on the road, 23 games. Here we are finally. I know the excitement is building with this team, a team that's been very good on the road. I like to call them road warriors from what they've had to endure. But now here we are. Finally, they get to embrace the home fans.
It's going to be a fun one for sure. Ball State heads into this one 16-7. They were expected to have a good regular season, but I think you could say they have really outperformed probably those expectations early on in this season.
Yeah, the bar was very high with this Ball State team, but they somehow managed to raise the bar even higher. And I give credit where credit is due to Helen Pena, the head coach, in her second season at the helm. What she's done even last year, taking her team to the MAC championship. Now, year two, she's looking to raise that bar even higher. And I would say she's succeeding. And you know you've got that core with Michaela Timmons, Ella Whitney coming in from FIU. But then also you got players like Haley Urban who are really having breakout seasons. So all in all, Ball State really outperforming preseason expectations, which is saying a lot.
And speaking of a team with preseason expectations, when you look at Toledo, they were picked third in the preseason poll. Their season hasn't probably gone the way they would want. 6-16 on the year. They were 1-2 in the MAC. They just got the win against Western Michigan. What have been your thoughts so far on Toledo this season?
For Toledo, I would just say the main thing, you're 1-2 in MAC play. Sure, we're just getting started, but you have to start strong in the conference. And they just haven't had, I would say, the advantage of the Cardinals have going through this adversity early on. I think Ball State going through the adversity of constantly being on the road, pretty much being a travel team for the first 23 games of a season. Oddly enough, I feel like that kind of benefited them. Toledo on their end, it's more of a thing of they have these expectations. Maybe there's a sense of comfort. They have a lot of great performing players. Like, you know, Sydney Griffith is one of the best players in the entire MAC, really, at that second base position. They've got a great core. I just don't exactly know what's not clicking for them, but I know that this is a team that down the stretch, they can figure it out, and what a great opportunity to do it right here today.
Now is the perfect time to start getting to those winning ways. And one of the big things to note about Toledo is just how quickly this program really was turned around by their head coach in Jessica Bracamonte. It's her third season with the team. She brought the team to the MAC tournament for the first time since 2019 last year. Boy, does she have an impressive resume coming from Duke. So even though they've really been struggling, if there's someone to look forward to if you're a Toledo fan, you got to think, hey, Bracamonte would be the coach to really turn this season around.
Yeah, Bracamonte, very similar to Pena in a way of they're fairly new head coaches, but they've had immediate success with their new teams. Bracamonte, like you mentioned, coming in from Duke, but before that was an incredible pitcher at Michigan State, a four-year player there. And that experience has really propelled her into this position at Toledo, where she has really asserted herself as one of the best coaches in the entire Mid-American Conference.
And the Mid-American Conference is going to be uber competitive so far. Can top six make their way to Firestone Stadium in Akron? Currently Miami first in the conference. Ball State ranked second with 2-1 their record. But once again, we just look at that 16-7 record. That is the best in the Mid-American Conference. Again, this is an exciting one. It's family weekend here at Ball State. Of course, post-game autographs after this doubleheader. Anthem Buddies, we're going to be here tomorrow. So even though it is 1 p.m. on a Friday, first of all, there's nowhere you should rather want to be than right here at the
Oh,
Ball State
yeah.
softball
Come on.
stadium. But this is a good crowd for a home opener on a Saturday where it was really feeling like it was super cold this morning, but right now you got some shade and some good temperature out here. Great day for some softball.
Oh, I know, and you got that wind blowing softly out to the left, as I see with the flagpole in dead center. The wind is blowing in that direction, which means it's going to be a nice day for the hitters on both ends.
And this is going to be a fun one for sure. We're still waiting to get the official starting lineups announced to the fans here, but I think we can give you the batting order so far. So we will start off with Toledo, and leading off, it is going to be the shortstop, number 7, Eli Enriquez. You know, she hasn't had any appearances since February 16th. This will be her first time seen in quite some time. Batting second, the second baseman, number 4, Sydney Griffith. Then the center fielder batting third, number 22, Kendra Vanderlucht. We got the designated player batting fourth, Audrey Miller. We got the infielder batting fifth, number 55, Samantha Bolding. Then we got the catcher batting sixth, wearing number 27, Maris Barbado. Madison McKay, the first baseman, bats seventh. She wears 24. Eliza Maloney, the right fielder, wears number 12. She bats eighth. And the third baseman, Peyton Abely, is number 44. She bats ninth. And Sophia Knight going to be that starting pitcher.
And I do want to comment on Eli Enriquez leading off in her return, her first appearance since February. In the 8 games she played before she was out until this point, she batted .536. No wonder why she's already back in the leadoff spot.
Definitely impressive for sure. And speaking of impressive, we can talk about the Ball State Cardinals. They're being introduced right now. Their batting order leading off, the shortstop wearer, number 7, Maya Peterzak. She is a sophomore. The senior catcher, number 4, Michaela Timmons. Man, she has about every record you could want here at Ball State in some capacity. She is batting second. Ella Whitney bats third. Then we will have Kara Gunter batting fourth, the left fielder. The second baseman, sorry, the wind makes the rosters go everywhere. We're having a great time, by the way. We are outside, so that will have some unique challenges for sure. McKenna Holland, she bats fifth as second baseman. Haley Urban, she is batting sixth out of center fielder. Caitlin Gibson, the first baseman, wearing number 12, bats seventh. Mandy Loth, the third baseman, wearing number 0. She bats eighth. And Maddie Weaver, right fielder, wearing number 14. She will bat ninth. And Roen, while we have the time, I want to make sure we can talk a little bit about just how impressive Michaela Timmons has been for the Ball State Cardinals this season.
Yeah, you're looking at a 500 average, a slugging over 1,000. She's third in the entire country in on-base percentage at 65%. Max, these are video game numbers. And like you mentioned, Michaela Timmons, the senior, she's done it all pretty much as a Cardinal. She's broken all these records, and she's been so dominant. We're looking at a player that, with some of her last chances to play right here at Cardinal Stadium, you take it all in. That's all I gotta say about Timmons. Take it all in while we have her here.
And again, this is gonna be a fun one for sure. Ball State versus Toledo. They've had a lot of great battles over the year. This one should be another memorable one for sure. You are listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. We'll take a quick timeout for our anthem. When we come back, it's time for softball here from Muncie, Indiana.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is Sports Link Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Welcome back to Ball State Softball Stadium. It is Ball State versus Toledo, and we are just moments away from getting this one started. Once again, Maxwell Gillie, Roen, Elbert here outside in the elements among the fans here at Ball State Softball Stadium. So this is going to be a really fun one, and as we've mentioned, great weather right now.
Oh, I know. Sunny skies, not much more you can ask for, but I do want to start off, and I want to apologize in advance to the fans in the crowd that have to hear what I have to say today.
There we go. Got to get ready for that. And we are ready to go here from Muncie, Indiana. Ball State versus Toledo. 23 games on the road. The Cardinals finally back home. And in the circle right now, it is Ella Whitney for the Ball State Cardinals. She has been great so far, and here comes Enriquez. First time we've seen her since early February. Here's the pitch. And that one quickly gets to left field. She gets an easy run. Start this one out.
And again, that's why Enriquez is already back in that leadoff spot. Her first pitch she sees in over a month and a half, and she takes it into left field on a little bit of a blooper.
Definitely the best way to start. Here comes Sydney Griffith, sets a bat for the Rockets. Here's the pitch. That one right down the middle. So again, currently it is Enriquez right now on the base. And that one called strike. And there was another pitch right down the middle. You can tell Griffith, she was looking to bunt that one.
Yeah, and I like the approach, the selflessness of Griffith, even though she is a very good hitter at 351, to advance the runner from first to second.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Whitney again. And that one fouls out to left. But we got to talk about the speed of Enriquez right there. I mean, you can tell she's leading off. She hasn't played for quite some time. She comes back. She already has a whole lot of speed. You're going to need to watch out for her throughout this one.
Yeah, 8 games, 10 stolen bags for her. Insane.
Whitney with the pitch again. That one to center. And it is not going to be able to be caught. Enriquez rounds third. You see the double for Griffith. And that is a perfect start for Toledo.
Perfect indeed. Griffith's getting a really good piece off of that. Haley Urban out in center field just over her glove. I think she kind of underestimated the power of Sydney Griffith right there. She was playing more shallow. Maybe could have been backed up a little bit more. She was more towards the Cardinal head, just outside of center field dirt. But now we have a little bit of a circle visit between the entire Cardinal infield. But now you come up here with Vanderlucht, with Kendra Vanderlucht, another very solid hitter in this Toledo lineup, batting .313 on the season.
And let's see what the center fielder can do. Will she be able to continue what has already been a great day for that Kent State office? Runner on third, runner on second. Whitney the pitch. And as you mentioned, center fielder Vanderlucht set to go here. Martinsville native, here's the pitch. That one's inside, strike one.
And what we've seen from Vanderlucht in the last couple of years with Toledo is just flat out consistency. Last year she was third on the team in batting average at .336. She's backing it up this season with another .300 average.
Here's the pitch once more. It's ground out to Peter Sackett, shortstop, and that's going to be the first out. Vanderlucht unable to make it. So Whitney over there, obviously the good pitch, but all credit to Peter Zach. She keeps this alive for Ball State.
Yeah, great routine play. You don't have to overthink it. Just handle the X's and O's, and that's what Peter Zach did right there.
Batting now is Audrey Miller. Designated player. There's the pitch. Tried to get a bunt. You saw Enriquez had to decide. She looked like she had left third base. Could have tried to maybe go home if it was going to be a bunt. She decides smartly to stay at third.
I don't like the bunting choice with two in scoring position. Bunting it off to the left, I don't like that.
So again, this is Audrey Miller set for Toledo. That one fouled out towards right field. 0-2 the count. As again, two Rockets on base right now, obviously with one out for Ella Whitney's first save. It's the top of the first, 0-2 the count. Whitney staring down Audrey Miller. Another foul down right field line.
And what we're seeing here, the freshman Audrey Miller, she's showing a lot of fight against a very experienced pitcher in Whitney, who has been at the highest of highs at the Division I level. Initially committed to Kentucky, ends up going to FIU for a couple of years. Now she's finally back home in the state of Indiana with Ball State.
Whitney the pitch again. Right down the middle. 1-2 your count.
At that time, it had a little bit of a rising action right there, trying to rise on Miller, give her something she hasn't seen yet in this count.
1-2 the count. Whitney. Here's the pitch again. That one a little high to the right. That'll make it 2-2.
Yeah, high in the way again. She gives her another riser. She's building the pitching tunnel right there, trying to get a chase up top.
And this is Audrey Miller set to bat for the Rockets. 2-2 the count, one out. Round out to Mulholland at second. And now playing chase between Enrique and Timmons. And they're out. Great offensive display from Ball State. Hold on. And we got a meeting of the minds right now between our official umpire and Helen Pena. From our vantage point, it looked like it had been tagged out.
Yes, yes. Hey, I'm just as confused as the fans are, as we saw right there. We're right behind home plate, by the way. What we saw right there, was a little bit of a pickle. That's what I like to call it, a pickle between third and home. It's just a simple rundown, and the Cardinals decide to go with the latter part, which is go and get the tag at home. And it worked out. Timmons applied the tag, but supposedly not, and now it's 1-0 Toledo.
So we are now going to get a chance to see Samantha Bowling, the left fielder for the Rockets. And this is now going to be an angry Cardinals team with runners on second and third. Obviously 1-0 now your score. Whitney. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Now you're going to see a Cardinals team that, after being frustrated by the call from Blue, they're going to want to get this one done quickly. Low pitch from Whitney. 1-1 your count.
Again, Whitney is going against a couple of freshman sensations with Audrey Miller and now Samantha Boulding. Let's see how she handles it in a 1-1 count.
See Whitney once again. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss again. 0-2.
And that's a risky pitch right there. Whitney left it right down Broadway for Boulding, a great hitter on the season. Only as a freshman, she has 4 home runs this season. She left it right where she could get it. That pitch had her name written all over it.
Here's the pitch. Swing and miss. And Samantha Boulding, she strikes out.
So now you got 2 away. Sure, 2 in scoring position. It is a jam. It's actually the definition of a jam. But now you come up, you get Maris Barbato, the catcher, on the season. So now you got a righty-on-righty matchup. This should be interesting.
So again, 2 outs, runner on third, runner on second. Whitney, the pitch. That one swings, and that one misses.
Yeah, just on top of that, Whitney was giving her something to chase down low where it would be very hard to reach for, and Whitney did exactly that.
And this is Barbado. Paints right side, 1-1 your count.
Again, against a hitter like Barbado, who on the season is batting .255, Whitney wanting to paint around the zone more often, and I like the approach.
Again, this Ella Whitney, her first time getting to be back home again in Indiana. That one goes low once more. 2-1 your count. 2 out. Rockets have already scored once. And again, runners on second, runner on third. That one to center field. One Rocket has gone around. Make it till 3-0 Toledo, and that is Barbado now at first base. Griffith able to score, joining Audrey Miller, and Enriquez already scored earlier today.
So now we got a 3-0 ball game, and Maris Barbato, she was in the clutch right there. Now you move to Madison McKay, the junior. Not as much of a jam now. That's the one thing that you're kind of relieved of. Sure, you're down 3-0, but now you got nobody in scoring position. Whitney has a bit of breathing room to get this punch out to finally put an end to this first inning.
So let's see what Ella Whitney does this time by. Strike one.
A very similar approach right there to the last 2 at-bats, which is leave something low, try and get the chase.
So again, this is Madison McKay. Pitch number 2. That one is high.
High and in right there from Whitney. That is something right there that, again, she's trying to paint around the zone, and I like the approach overall. There have been times, however, where she's left something right down the middle of the plate, and it hasn't gone her way.
There's Whitney once again. She gets a decent throw, but that one goes low. 2-1. 2 outs. Runner on first being Barbado. It's 3-0 here at the top of the first in Muncie, Indiana. Ball State home opener on family weekend. Ella Whitney out of Martinsville, Indiana. Here's her pitch. Throws it low again. 3-1 your count.
And that's tough right there. That's like right on the bottom half. And now we're getting a circle visit. Helen Pena is out there. The entire infield will greet her. There is a little bit of activity in the Cardinal bullpen area. I wonder if we will see a change. It'd be very early, however, when Whitney is a pitcher that you know can give you a lot of innings, especially on a doubleheader. She can eat innings very well. And you know, it's unlike baseball. You're not going to see a change this early. Because maybe in the sport of baseball, like for example, a pitcher gives up 3 runs, they pull them in the first inning. But in the sport of softball, you're just not going to see a change that early.
After the meeting, we are back in the action. This is McKay. 3-1 your count, 2 out. Whitney at the circle. Fouls out to left field.
You have to remember, too, it's a doubleheader, and the Cardinals, really, they only have like 5 or 6 arms. So you have to make sure that you're using them in the right way, and you don't want to pull the plug on, really, your ace very early. And you know deep down she can figure it out.
And again, that's why the Cardinals look to get Ella Whitney over here. Whitney, the throw. Low again, she walks McKay. McKay makes her way to first. Barbado is on second. On deck, Eliza Maloney, the right fielder wearing number 12.
That's the 23rd time all season that we've seen Whitney walk somebody in 74 innings pitched. So not a common occurrence.
Throw by Whitney, ground out to second. And good job by the defense. That's going to end this one. So it is 3-0 at the end of the first. And the Rockets are leading this one. We'll take a quick 30-second break when we come back. It's time for Toledo on defense here in Muncie, Indiana.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Sports Link.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts, right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU Sports Link.
From the Ball State Softball Stadium, it is the home opener of the Ball State Cardinals, taking on the Toledo Rockets. Toledo leads 3-0. We're at the bottom of the first now. And first 3 for the Cardinals, you'll see Maya Petersak, Michaela Timmons, and Ella Whitney. And meanwhile, for Toledo, it is Sophia Knight coming into this one. Sophia Knight, 3.20 ERA, 4-7 on the year. She is now in her 17th appearance on the year. She's only given up 44 runs and 77 hits. And Sophia Knight batting, like we mentioned, her ERA, 3.2.
Yeah, Knight against Whitney. This is ace against ace for game 1 of this doubleheader. You can't ask for much more.
Coming up next for the Ball State, leading us off, it is Maya Petersak, 5'4" sophomore out of Chicago, Illinois, is Petersak. Meanwhile, here is the pitch to Miller. Right down the middle. Ump says it was out, so it's 1-0.
Heck, we start off 1-0 to Petersak. That's the perfect start for an inning for the Cardinals.
Low pitch to nowhere. 2-0 your count for Sophia Knight.
Batting for your Cardinals,
and for
the shortstop, number 7.
And for Maya Petersak, last season as a freshman, in 19 starts at the shortstop position, she already, as a freshman, cemented herself in that position. I'm expecting a big sophomore campaign.
Peter Zach. No swing. It's 3-0. Another super low pitch there from Knight. As we mentioned, Peter Zach already impressive early on. She helped get one of the first outs in the top of the first. And that one is called a strike. So 3-1 is your count. Bottom of the first. Maya Peterzak in for Ball State.
Yeah, that time around, again, a 3-0. That's a recovery pitch for Knight, and she took perfect advantage of it.
Pitch again, fouls high up over the press box. You know, usually when we're inside the press box, you just look and you're like, okay, it's going over. So now we got to really pay attention. We got to make sure we don't say anything we don't like, Roen, or we're going to have a foul ball.
I was going to grab it. Because you saw the look in my eyes.
He was ready. Full count for Peter Zach. She gets walked, makes her way to first. Coming up next, Michaela Timmons. And how about this senior out of Lithia, Florida, batting .500 on the year?
Because that's always in softball, that's always the expression. You fail 70% of the time. Well, not for Michaela Timmons. And if we're talking on base, she really only fails about 40% of the time. A third in the nation in on-base percentage at 65%. That's wild.
And Michaela Timmons, she goes home. How about that? Right down center field. Home run for Michaela Timmons to start this one off. That is a great way to announce your presence. Absolute bomb.
First pitch she sees, takes it dead center. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Michaela Timmons right there, her 11th home run on the season. I'm at a loss for words, Max. Wow.
Absolutely nothing Vanderlucht was going to be able to do there. Here comes Ella Whitney now. We talked about the Cardinals were fired up. And now there's going to be a meeting of the minds at the mound. I mean, literally, first pitch she sees, she goes yard. How about that?
And what we're going to see early here for Knight, instead of having her head coach and Bracamonte approach her, it's going to be the pitching coach, Kyle Brady, out there. And I wonder what Brady is saying tonight. I think maybe it's just a matter of, hey, you got to shake this off. I think it's more of a good cop, bad cop type of thing with Bracamonte and Brady. From my experience, from all levels of baseball and softball, when you see the pitching coach out there, it's going to be more of words of encouragement, more technical stuff. But now, with one swing of the bat, it's a 3-2 Toledo lead.
And if you're just now tuning in, again, as Roen just pointed out, 3-2 after the great home run there, as Ella Whitney now set to bat for the Cardinals. Already pitched earlier today. She would love to get a run scored. Even this one up. Fouls it right above that Toledo dugout. Ella Whitney, that's .342 this year. She's had 13 runs in her 73 at-bats. That one just high a little bit, so 1-1 the count. For Ella Whitney, again, the junior infielder, and as we know her today, pitcher. That one is strike two.
That's a good recovery by Sophia Knight to get her on the bottom half right there. So now 1-2 count. And on deck for the Cardinals, you got Kara Gunther out in left field. So no easy outs here.
That one inside, strike three. Whitney gets retired.
The classic backwards K. That one on the inside edge of the zone. That's a tough pitch to look at. Good plate discipline from Whitney, but didn't get the result she wanted.
Here comes Kara Gunter now, the lefty out of Pataskala, Ohio. A lot of Ohio players on both of these squads. That one is hit to right field and into the hands of the right fielder for Toledo in Eliza Maloney. Man, that would have gotten the softball stadium hyped up.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a packed house today. We are surrounded by people, and you could feel the energy, but now you got McKenna Mulholland, a dominant player, the redshirt junior, stepping into the box throughout her time here. Last season, second-team All-MAC, back-to-back seasons, second-team All-MAC for the Cardinals.
Right now, there's a bit of stoppage as the umpire checking in at the bullpen. So we got a stoppage in the action there. Can't really see if something like is broken or what.
I think it's the door. I think there's like something wrong with the door, and they don't want that door flying open because that's in play right there in right foul territory. You don't want a player smacking right into the door.
We're back in the action with McKenna Mulholland now, batting for the Cardinals. Again, 2 outs, 2 scores so far. Mulholland looked like she wanted to swing, but she holds.
And that's the right choice right there because that's high. It's not the riser you would typically expect. That's just pretty much 4-seam action up high that all you can do is look.
Again, this is Sophia Knight, the pitch. Far to the right this time by. So again, 2-0 your count here. Bottom of the first, 2 outs for Ball State. Currently no one on base. Pitch, Mulholland tips that one high above the press box. Right down the center, right above SportsLink's own Brian Short. One of the many SportsLink camera ops here.
Didn't even flinch.
That's right. There's a real man right there. No fear for Brian Short as umpire will call time. And again, it is 2-1 your count. 3-2 the score. 2 outs, and right now the third base umpire having a conversation. All 3 umpires actually having a conversation.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like he walks away from home plate, then he scratches his eyes, which makes me think, oh, he's just scratching his eyes. He's got something in his eyes. It happens to all of us. But now they meet on the third baseline. But now we're back to the action. Nothing changes. The world may never know.
You got the thumbs up from the third base umpire. Now he's having a conversation with the aforementioned pitching coach for Ball State in Matt Burns. Associate head coach is the proper term. Team hitting coach and recruiting coordinator officially. He has had an impressive career so far, as has McKenna Mulholland, who is the 2-1 count. 2 out. 3-2 your score here, bottom of the first. Again, this is a doubleheader. Playing to 7 for both. That one goes out, 3-1.
And then you got Haley Urban on deck, and this goes back to my original point. There are no easy outs in this Cardinal lineup.
Definitely a great thing to have if you're a Ball State. Swing! And a miss. Full count now. 2 outs. All eyes on McKenna Mulholland out of Oviedo, Florida, the 2024 MAC All-Tournament team member. Mulholland staring down the pitcher in Gibson, Sophia Knight. That one to center field. It is missed. Mulholland able to round first. It was all up to Vanderlucht. She can't get her hand on it. Thought this one was going to be over. We're still alive as it's Haley Urban now at center field.
Haley Urban, first week of the season, was MAC Player of the Week. Really came out of nowhere on the scene. I caught up with her before the season began on Inside the Chirp, and what she had to say was astounding of her journey to get to this point.
There is a low pitch once again. She comes to us out of Columbia City, Indiana. Ball 1 the count with a runner on first.
What she told me was she had broken her foot 4 times and finally gotten surgery, and now she's fully healthy. Here we are.
That one goes low again from Sophia Knight. 2-0 your count here. Bottom of the first, Urban. Coming in here batting .293. And umpire will call time once again. So again, it is a great day here in Muncie, Indiana. If you can hear us right now and you're not over here, guess what? You got another opportunity. We're going to be back later today.
Yeah, we'll be signing autographs.
Right. You know, they got post-game autographs after this one, so might as well join them.
Oh, yes.
You know, everyone wants to get their officially signed Roen Elbert merchandise. Come up next here later today. Low once more, 3-0 your count, runner on first. That's McKenna Mulholland. Again, we've already seen Michaela Timmons and Maya Petersak score after that 2-run homer. Start this one off with Michaela Timmons. We're back in the action now with Haley Urban. She gets walked.
A 4-pitch walk on Haley Urban. It's interesting now how Knight is starting to lose the command a little bit. We saw it against Petersak, the leadoff batter for the Cardinals. And now we get to Caitlin Gibson. Caitlin Gibson, the senior who has had quite the career here at Ball State.
Out of Peru, Illinois is Gibson. That's 214. Strike one. And again, we got runners on first, runners on second. In Mulholland and Urban with 2 out. Again, a 3-2 ball game, and this is only the first inning. Fouls right above one of the other SportsLink camera ops out there, Kate Johnson.
Yeah, now Knight has her where she wants her in an 0-2 count.
Again, 0-2, as Roen mentioned, with 2 outs. Here's pitch. Fouls once more. Able to be contained by the cage. But again, this is Caitlin Gibson, who has a 9 for 42 on the year. That's how she got to her 214 average. 5 runs, though. She's had 2 runs and a homer for one of those in her last 3 appearances. She'd love to get another one here today. Another low pitch. You saw Mulholland think about trying to steal third. She stays at second. And Urban will stay at first. It's 1-2 your count here from Muncie, Indiana. Ball State Softball Stadium. You know, we just had the baseball stadium renamed. Let's get $5 million to rename softball. That one is fouled to left field. They don't want me to ask for money.
Oh.
Speaking of money, One Ball State Day coming up soon.
Oh yeah, hey, I'm excited for that.
You can support athletics, you can support SportsLink, all that information available on social media. And listen, America, that's the last I will ask of your money.
Oh,
I'm gonna get like
I doubt it. I doubt it.
It's a long day. Here comes the pitch once more. That was Knight. And that one goes out to the right, 2-2 your count. Caitlin Gibson, the first baseman. Mostly appeared as a pitch hitter last year. Not today, though. She's a starter. She fouls that one again.
She's fighting hard. I have to say, this is going to be one of the longer at-bats of this contest. She has her in a 2-2. She's battled back from an 0-2 count. I'm impressed.
That's exactly what all Cardinal fans love to see, is a Cardinal with a lot of heart and a lot of fight. That's what Caitlin Gibson, the senior, brings. Swing and a miss. And at the end of the first, it is 3-2. As Toledo leads, we'll take a quick timeout when we come back. Second inning here from Ball State University.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Ooh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different. Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Ooh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
School in 2024 by the Indiana Association of School Broadcasters.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Indiana's top sports media school in 2024 by the Indiana Association of School Broadcasters.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Welcome back to Ball State University. It is time to start the second inning as it is 3-2. The advantage to the Rockets so far. Max Gillie, Roen, Elbert here in Muncie, Indiana on a beautiful day. Wind going towards right field now, and first time we get this opportunity to see 44 as that one is ground to left field, and an easy hit there for Peyton Abele. Didn't even get a chance to really introduce her. She already had a big hit so far. So it's 3-2 right now. Top of the second. Runner on first. We look at Eli Enriquez now. And Enriquez, earlier today, she's already had a run. Batting leading off is Enriquez. There's the swing. Bunted to Ella Whitney. So the sacrifice bunt was attempted, but the umpire calls that one as a strike. And again, you just look at that speed there of Enriquez. Thought we were going to be going to our next batter. She was that quick. As Coach Yu is in attendance, the football coach. There's a bunt attempt again by Enriquez. Enriquez, can she make it? No. Great job there by Caitlin Gibson. Able to get the stop there, but Cardinals did get to see Abele make her way now to second base. So one out with one on second. Sydney Griffith has scored earlier today as well. Griffith set to pitch. Swings. Up calls time, but that one was a miss. Has to be. 0-1 is your count there again. We see Abele. She is on base right now at second. No runner on first, one out. Ella Whitney gave up 3 runs earlier. As there is the foul to right from Sydney Griffith. So again, when we look at Sydney Griffith this season, she is batting .351. Definitely impressive is Griffith. Whitney looks to get the call. Here is the pitch from Whitney. That one fouled to right. And a lot of speed there from the duo of Gibson and Mulholland. And it was fouled right in front of the dugout. Gibson tried to get her hands on it, but it didn't matter. It was fouled. 0-2 the count with a single out, runner on second for the Rockets. That one is high and out. Strike. 2 strikes so far. Ball 1, the official call. So 1-2 count here from Muncie, Indiana. I'm going to keep reminding you, it is home opener Cardinal fans surrounding us, they are hyped, they are excited, and ready to go. Whitney. Round out from second. There's the out there. Mulholland to Gibson. How about that? So that's the 4-3 put out. We will get our chance to see Kendra Vanderluck now. Vanderluck. 313 is her average. Out of Kalamazoo. Could have been a Bronco. And Mizzou decides Toledo. This one ground to Peterzak at short. Can it get there? Yes. Peterzak able to throw to Gibson, preventing the run-in by Abele. That will retire the top of the second inning. So it's 3-2. Rockets lead. We'll take this short break. When we come back, we are going to get to see more softball. Bottom of the second here from Muncie, Indiana.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Ooh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink. Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Welcome back to Ball State University, as it is a wonderful use of a day, as tried to get the attention of someone else. That was Roen. We're having a fun time here, though. In Muncie, Indiana, it is bottom of the second time. Mandy Loth, you are up next for Ball State. So let's see what she can bring. So again, Loth out here today. Comes into this one batting .217. I'd assume we're still in TV timeout. That's one thing we got to deal with today. You can't do it nearly as quickly as usual. She got TV here as well. Mandy Loth out of Avon, Indiana. Let's see what she is able to bring. Loth. Decides not to swing there. Makes it ball one. Third baseman wears 00. Does Loth. And again, we got a couple of Central Indiana players, as that one is immediately to left field. And that one goes out courtesy of Samantha Bolding. So with that one, we will see Maddie Weaver now for the first time. Maddie Weaver coming into this one out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Went to Franklin Central High School, did Weaver. As here is once again Knight. Far to the right side was Knight there. So 1-0 the count.
Sorry, folks, for my absence. Just saving the day per usual.
Super Roen. Definitely showing his worth here for SportsLink. 1-1 your count there. So again, Roen was supposed to take it away tomorrow. Gets the last second call, comes in here today. Now he's running across the field, getting some other stuff done here. Georgia being outside. That one is strike two. Players are having a great time, though.
Oh, yeah. It was a very quick top of the second inning as well, quicker than anyone would have expected. But that's what the Cardinals needed to continue this short deficit, though.
So again, still 3-2. That one far to the right side. So again, it is 2-2 with one out. here in the bottom of the second. For Ball State, Weaver had 5 runs this year. She'd like run number 6 here today. Weaver fouls that one in. Oh, we nearly had a fan catch it. It was right in his hands. He doesn't have a glove, ends up being able to drop that one.
I think that
so
was
close.
I think it should be like banana ball. You catch it and then it's an out. A fan catches it for an out. Well, he's got himself a souvenir nonetheless.
Swing and a miss. So that will retire Maddie Weaver.
The unfortunate part for Knight is that, sure, you got 8 and 9 outs. Now you go back to the top of the order with Peter Zach, who walked in her first time around.
And Peter Zach bats .347 so far. She did get the run, but that was because of the homer from Timmons. There is a high foul right above the visiting dugout once again. Way too high for our friend there in the Purdue jacket to catch. He could have maybe done it. Just need to jump a little bit. Sophia Knight here to pitch for the Rockets. As that's going to hit Peter Zach, and that's going to send Michaela Timmons, who, tell you what, announced her presence. Came in first pitch. Home run.
Michaela Timmons. Yeah, she only saw 1 pitch today, took it all the way out. She is a woman amongst girls.
Great job. I like that call over there. It's call of the game so far from Roen. Makes that one outside, ball 1. So Sophia Knight, I think she's going to probably try and walk Timmons. I don't think she wants to try and give up another home run. See what Knight does. Another low one. Peter Zach could have ran the second. She stays at first, though. That was the correct choice.
Yeah, now Timmons, she has to experience, she's kind of getting that Barry Bonds treatment, trying to paint around the zone as much as you can.
And again, Timmons, we mentioned batting .500 on the year. Already had a home run. She's had 1 highlight. But listen, when you got the ESPN Plus Chirp Vision cameras out here, you got to try and get 2 or 3 highlights. That's her goal.
Oh, yeah.
Wind picks up as Timmons will bounce that one out. So there's the walk there. Send Timmons to first, Peter Zach to second.
And I was looking at Timmons and her facial expressions. She was frustrated, genuinely, that was not going her way.
When you come out here, you want to hit dingers, and you can't. Has to be frustrating, like you mentioned. Here comes Ella Whitney. Had not the ideal first inning as a pitcher. Second inning was great. Let's see how she can hit. High and caught. So it was down in front of the dugout to retire the inning. Give the catch there to Madison McKay. And that means we are going to end the 3rd inning. It is 3-2. As, again, we are having a great time here from Muncie, Indiana. Home opener for Ball State. We'll take another short break. When we come back, it's top of the 3rd here from Muncie, Indiana.
We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Ranked.
Welcome back to Ball State University. It is the top of the third. 3-2 is the score here. Toledo leads this one only by 1 after a very quick second inning. I mean, it was blink and you miss it. As Audrey Miller now starting this one off. Designated player Miller. She was able to score earlier, which led to the big controversy earlier in the first. That one is hit high down to the bullpen, and that one is fouled. 3 Cardinals try and get their hands on it. Ends up going foul though, so able to stay alive is Audrey Miller.
Because what we're seeing right now is Ella Whitney really finding her groove, and she's starting to find her way through this contest. Now in an 0-1 count, it's crazy here in a 7-inning game. We're approaching the halfway mark already, and Whitney is going strong.
So again, as we mentioned, Miller out of Hartville, Ohio. That one is high. 1-1. Miller, that's 317. We've already seen her be able to score here today. She wants to score again. That's the goal. Here's the pitch from Whitney. Inside. Ball 2.
Yeah, that time around with Whitney, what she's doing with Miller, the last time around, you have to remember, she had an RBI double. So you know that Whitney is going to be a bit more conservative with the strike zone and where she locates these pitches.
Right into the glove, strike 2. And I mean, you could hear that one from up here.
Oh yeah, you could tell a lot of velo there from Whitney. And now in a 2-2 count, she has her where she wants her.
So that was Miller, fouls that one. So it remains 2-2. Again, we are at the top of the third. Miller to bat. Ella Whitney to pitch. Out of Martinsville, Indiana, as we mentioned, Whitney. Pride of Morgan County, Indiana. Whitney. That one was close inside. Makes it a full count, does Whitney. Again, this is first batter at the top of the third, so no outs. But Whitney would love to get one. Miller stares her down. Whitney. Here's the throw. Outside. Walks her.
And that's unfortunate for Whitney because at that point right there, you have her where you want her. It's a 2-2 count. And props to Audrey Miller for remaining patient, watching those on the outside frame. Now we're at a full count, and you go to one of the freshman sensations on this team outside of Audrey Miller, who's been great as a freshman. Then you go to Samantha Bolding. Last time around, she did strike out swinging. You know what you're going to get from Bolding. And this is interesting. We're getting a pinch runner in. It's Marissa Warren who will be pinch running in the place of Audrey Miller.
So that's going to, for sure, help bring some speed.
Attention fans, pinch running at first.
For number 14, Marissa Warren.
And it's interesting. A freshman subbing in for a freshman, and then a freshman up to bat for Toledo in Bolding.
And Bolding, let's see what she can do this time by. She's going to hit it to center field. You can't get a hand on it, and she makes it to first. That was Urban. Tried to get a hand on it, can't get it. So that will send Bolding to first, Miller to second, and a little deja vu for the Cardinals as the bases are starting to get loaded. And we saw that success earlier here today.
And that's the unfortunate part for Urban. There's not much he could have done there. You kind of have to let it bounce, because if you make a diving effort and you miss, then that's going to be extra bases.
So again, there was the pitch by Whitney. It's called strike. As we look at Maris Barbado, the catcher bats .255. Last time by, she was able to make it to second, but she did end up getting a hit. There's the hit from Barbado. It is easily caught there by Mulholland.
Yeah, out there in right center field, just popping it up on the edge of the infield dirt. A lot of times, like, hey, if you're an outfielder, you have to be kind of relieved that the infield is doing their jobs, even on those pop-ups, especially if it's well shallow like that.
That's going to send now Madison McKay to the line. She looks to bunt. McKay gets it to Gibson at third. Can't get the stoppage there. Was Gibson from Loth. And it would have been an easier job there to get it from third to first, but Gibson can't get her hands on it.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. It was a big opportunity for this Cardinals team, with Louth stepping on the bag at third. Still no word on if she got a runner at third. Scoreboard still says 1 out. However, that could have been a double play opportunity, but that's not what we saw there. So now you got runners on the corners, it appears, with 1 out, and then you go to Eliza Maloney.
For the Rockets, number 25, Jenna Bloomfield.
Jenna Bloomfield pinch hitting.
Yeah, she pinch hits for Maloney, which is an interesting choice here, and I totally get it from their standpoint to go with Bloomfield in this situation and what she's done all season for the team, as she's been a regular starter for them. Umpires are convening, and now, yep, they confirm what I was saying earlier. There are 2 outs because Louth stepped on the bag at third, retiring 1 runner. Send it to first, tried to get the double play, but a little bit too much on it.
And again, this is Jenna Bloomfield. Bats .229. Does the sophomore, Bloomfield. Hit down to second. Bloomfield, that's going to end it. Right down the middle. Good job from Mulholland. It will keep this one 3-2. So, that's the end of the top of the third. And Roen, we've been going to break a lot. Let's keep it here and just discuss really what we have seen so far in this one, because it was a high-scoring first. Second goes pretty quick. And the top of the third had a lot of drama if you are a Rocket fan.
Yeah, and I think what we've been seeing so far from Toledo is just overall really good hitting, just good pieces of hitting all around. The Cardinals, if it wasn't for that blast from Michaela Timmons, this game looks a whole lot different. That solo, 2-run shot, I should say, out into center field really changed the trajectory of this game. Toledo's out-hitting Ball State 6-2. However, it is still a 1-run ball game. That is why with Toledo, you have a lot of these runners in scoring position. There have been multiple times where they've either A, left 2 runners in scoring position stranded, or 2, they've only been able to take advantage of one of them with the base hits. Not a whole lot of extra base hits on their end. As a matter of fact, they only have 2 extra base hits on the day out of their 6 hits, and only 1 of them resulting in an RBI. So now, here we are, 3-2 our score. The Cardinals, it's been timely hitting that's benefited them and kept them in this game.
Here comes Kara Gunter. As again, we are waiting for TV to come back from commercial. That's the holdup right now, but let's talk a little bit about senior outfielder in Kara Gunter. Again, the transfer out of Dayton. She missed last year with an injury, but I tell you what, she's coming this year. She's had 14 runs. She's been a welcome addition to the Cardinal family. There was the pitch there from Sophia Knight. Right down the middle, strike one.
And what we're seeing here from Gunter, her third school in her collegiate career, she spent her freshman season at Eastern Kentucky. It seems like she's starting to find her rhythm and find her home here.
It's that one foul towards the left. So that will be strike two. Anyone to get a chance to have that one, Roen? Any free souvenirs there?
I can't lie, I thought about it. I really did.
You know what? As this game goes on, you will try and get one. There is the bunt there from Gunter. She hit it to short. Short can't get her hand on it. Gunter's going to get the easy hit there to first.
Because Enriquez right there, that's just a simple miscommunication on her end as she tries to scoop it up. A very routine play, may I add. And just letting it get by her. They're going to call that an error, and that is the way I would call it as well.
So that is going to send now McKenna Holland set for Ball State. And she always brings a lot of energy. Just there as we actually are going to get to see pinch runner wearing number 6 for the Ball State Cardinals.
Number 6, Veronica Peterson.
Veronica Peterson.
The second baseman, number 1.
Makes sense. Peterson ran track in high school, so got to have a whole lot of speed from the Texan.
Oh, yeah.
Via Florida's McKenna Mulholland, redshirt junior. She is going to hit it to left field. Is it going to go over the wall? It does! McKenna Mulholland is going to give the Cardinals the lead. Home run from McKenna Mulholland.
What can I say except that one swing of the bat can change everything. And for the Cardinals, it's really been 2 swings of the bat that have changed everything. A 2-run blast right there from Mulholland. So now 4-3 our score. Cardinals in front. This is insane.
How about that as a way to announce your presence? Haley Urban, she is up next. That's 293 out of Columbia City, Indiana. And she is going to get hit there in the right foot. And that was just quick from Sophia Knight. And that is going to walk Urban.
That was one of the funniest things I've seen after the fact. Pena goes running out, and she says, I'm okay, I'm okay.
One on for your first baseman, number 12, Caitlin Gibson.
And right now to have a conversation with Sophia Knight is the Toledo offense, as well as that Toledo pitching coach. So that's about the second time we've been able to see Kyle Brady out here. And it's in his first season, by the way, with the Rockets. And they may not have had the success here, but, you know, Roen, coming into this one, I see the record of only 6 wins for Toledo, and I'm like, that makes no sense, because Toledo is a team that's picked to finish high and has played well the last couple of years, and they have proven today that they are significantly better than what their record shows, as Caitlin Gibson set to go here. So again, it is 4-3 Cardinals lead. Urban is on first after being hit by the pitch. 0 outs. It's 4-3. Bottom of the third. Again, game 1 of our doubleheader. There is the bunt there from Gibson. She sacrificed bunts to send Urban up to second.
And that's huge. That's critical because you have to be able to put yourself and to put the team needs over yourself. And now you go over to Louth here in the 8th spot. And Louth, I would say overall, better in the 8 hole. For most teams, she's probably more of a leadoff hitter. She's in her first season as a Cardinal, transferring over from George Washington. Here we are now with a runner in scoring position.
So let's see what Avon, Indiana's Louth is able to bring. Knight with the pitch. Far to the right, but it is strike one.
Really solid location there from Knight. I will say Louth, I remember at Avon High School out in Indiana, I myself was eyewitness to a lot of her home runs at Shamrock Field, so I know that you got to paint around the zone with her.
That one is called ball one.
It's really interesting, like from a personal standpoint, in my career, my very first home run call was Louth right there, Mandy Louth.
Can it happen today? Cardinal fans would love it. That one skips low. So 2-1. One out. Runner on second being Haley Urban. Of course, Gibson. It's that bunt to send Urban to second. That's how we've gotten here so far. It's 4-3. Bottom of the third. Another skip pass. So it'll be 3-1.
And you have to worry because then on deck you got Weaver. With one out, you could potentially, for the Cardinals, go back to the top of the order, which is the last thing Sophia Knight wants.
Here is another pitch. That one inside. Full count with one out.
Yeah, that one right down Broadway to Louth. But that one had a lot more movement on it, which is what really is going to be the kicker for Knight.
Knight would love to get this one ended early. Swing and a miss.
Great comeback from Sophia Knight. She had to really claw her way back into that count, but back-to-back really good locations. At that time, getting the chase up high, exactly what she wanted.
So this is Maddie Weaver out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Went to Franklin Central High School, did Weaver. Pitch one is swung on and missed. 0-1 is your count with two outs.
Yeah, now we have back-to-back Cardinal hitters who come from the HCC Conference. Avon High School with Mandy Louth, and now with Maddie Weaver with Franklin Central. She was a flash.
That one is nearly in the hands of Roen.
I had a chance right there. That was something else.
So again, that was tipped foul. Goes nearly up and towards us. You heard the bounce. That was a move out of the way. You don't want to get hit. That's heads-up play. Speaking of heads-up play, nice hit by Weaver, but it's caught at left field. That'll retire the third, as that was a good job by Boulding to keep it still 4-3. So at the end of the third, Cardinals lead this one now 4-3. Top of the fourth coming up soon here from Muncie, Indiana.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Indiana's top sports Media School in 2024 by the Indiana Association of School Broadcasters.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Welcome back to Muncie, Indiana, and Ball State University taking on Toledo to start Mid-American Conference softball in Muncie. Again, it is home opener, family weekend here, and Cardinal faithful made sure that they needed to be here, and they are, as currently set to go for the Rockets is Peyton Abele out of Sherwood, Oregon. How about that? Coming all the way from Oregon to wonderful Toledo, Ohio. You ever been to Toledo? I haven't been there that much.
I have not, but I will say from what I've heard, it actually is a very wonderful town, really good college town, really good college campus. Not a lot of negative things to say about Toledo.
That one is strike, as it was fouled up to right. So again, as we mentioned, Peyton Abele, the Oregon native, 0-1 to count. She's going to hit it past Peterzak. It has to go to Urban at center field. And that was a nice hit there from Abele. That's going to mean that she is able to get to first.
Yeah, a little blooper out in the left center. But I have to say, right over the head, Peterzak. Pretty solid speed overall from Abele. And now you go back to the top of the order with Enriquez, who has had a really solid day for the Rockets in her return after missing quite a few games. She's only played 8 games this season.
And watch out for her speed. There's the pitch, strike one. And as you mentioned, Enriquez, again, it was February 16th last time the Rockets got to see her. She's definitely one of the reasons why the Rockets had that lead early on. Here's pitch 2 from Whitney. That one fouled to left. 0-2, your count.
I have to say, though, Enriquez really hasn't missed a step. You would expect after a month and a half missing action that there would be a bit of a rust factor, but no. Here she is in an 0-2 count. You got to run her on first. She can really make an impact here, but she's going to have to claw her way back against Whitney.
And that'll be ball one. As for Enriquez, it's important to remember, you may have been wondering why she was leading off. She bats .536.
Oof.
You have to for sure have her lead off when you have numbers like that. And that one ground out to Mulholland. Mulholland tried to force it to Gibson. And we know there's the out, but the umpire says that Enriquez was there on time.
Yeah, and that's going to be Enriquez getting on base via the fielder's choice, all in all. Because we saw Mulholland, she could have potentially made the play, except Enriquez has, for one, unreal speed, but two, she tripped up on the second base bag. She was finally able to get her right foot on it, but by the time she could get the throw off, it was well too late. But at the very least, you retire one batter, and that's huge. And now you have to face one of the MAC's best in Sydney Griffith.
And Sydney Griffith bats .351. She was first team All-MAC 1 season ago. And she would love to get to be first team All-MAC again. Griffith is going to hit towards left center, and that is Haley Urban there with the nice catch. She's needed that.
Oh, indeed, but that time around, that had her name written all over it. Little fly ball out in the left center. Routine play for Urban and the Cardinals. So now 2 away, and you move over to Vanderlucht. This is a tough out, but still, nobody in scoring position gives you a nice little cushion.
Vanderlucht, the senior out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Second time by. She fouls it right over the television production truck out there. Just barely misses. That's where we got to give our shout out to the engineer Mark, who saved the day.
Oh, yes.
Mark's a great guy. always helpful for SportsLink. Whitney tries to get the great pitch there. It is fouled once again by Vanderlucht. So 0-2 with 2 outs. Whitney would love to get this one over.
I think the real shout out to go to Mark's wife for those cookies.
That is true. She always makes sure to bring the SportsLink folks cookies before broadcasts. Swing and a miss. And that is going to end the top of the 4th. How about that? You see Griffith, Vanderlucht. Those two get out, as well as Abele. That leaves Enriquez on base. But it is 4-3. Bottom of the 4th coming up. We are going to get to keep this one here. And Roen, we are just now getting to the halfway point of this doubleheader. What would you be talking to the Cardinals about if you are Coach Pena as they have their meeting there right now in front of their dugout?
Priority number 1 is, hey, you have the top of the order due up with Peterzak, Timmons, and Whitney. You know exactly the damage you can do. I think you got to be conservative. I know that Knight's going to try and paint the zone, and I know that's frustrating, especially for Michaela Timmons, because she can hit just about anything out of here. I know that can be frustrating, but you got to take with what you get. And the Cardinals have done a really good job at that, knowing that, hey, the strike zone, it's going to be right on that edge. Use your best judgment. These balls are going to be right on the edge of the zone, right on the inside. You have to use your best judgment on whether or not, hey, should I go for this or not, especially considering that that's exactly where Knight's going to go, because she's not going to leave anything over the middle. She knows exactly what she needs to do. And now you go up to the top of the order with Maya Peterzak.
So Maya Peterzak is able to score a run in the 1st, gets hit by pitch in the 2nd. Let's see what she can do for her 3rd at-bat. The sophomore has already made an impact early in her Ball State career.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for your Cardinals, the shortstop, number 7, Maya Peterzak.
We are back. Sophia Knight set to pitch. Bottom of the 4th. Here's pitch 1. Peterzak is past shortstop. She will make it to first. Good hit there, right down the middle. Enriquez can't get her hands on it. And Peterzak, for the 3rd time today, makes her way to first base.
Right there, hard hit ground ball. Not much Enriquez could have done. On all 4s to get a hold of that. Now you face Michaela Timmons.
Had a home run earlier. She was walked her 2nd time by. And probably going to happen again. Ball 1, far to the right side was that first pitch. But Sophia Knight.
But if you give her anything, you know exactly what she can do.
She brought the boom earlier. Can she do it again? You're welcome, America.
Yeah, a little 2 big booms with the 2 runs she brought in.
Boom. That's why we're having a great time here. It's opening day here in Muncie. 2-1 your count. First strike that Timmons has had all day. As again, we mentioned she was walked and then had the homer earlier.
You saw how frustrated she was right there that actually caught the zone.
That one far right and down. So 3-1. Nowhere near the strike zone. It's that one. Done intentionally. 3-1 your count. Peterzak on first. Bottom of the 4th, Cardinals lead 4-3. Max Gillie, Roen Elbert, and Sophia Knight set to pitch to Timmons. Peterzak will get her way to 2nd as Timmons gets walked once more.
The amount of balls thrown in that at-bat, matching her jersey number of 4. And now you go to Ella Whitney. She's 0 for 2 on the day, and it's got to be an interesting approach. What she's done in this circle today, it's been very up and down. Sure, you only give up 3 runs, but at the same time, 6 hits on your name. I wonder if the experiences in the circle could benefit her in this at-bat.
See what Whitney able to do here. Knight staring her down. Slow, ball one. And again, you got a runner on second and a runner on first. It feels like that has been the story multiple times earlier today. Whitney, she is going to hit it to shortstop. She can't get her hands on it. As you saw Peter Zach make it to third after getting tapped by Enriquez, his throw there, and Peter Zach at third. Timmons able to make her way to second.
And that is interesting right there. The fact that she was unable to get a glove to that, and she ends up getting out in the process, however. Here we are with 1 out and 2 in scoring position.
So Kara Gunter, the lefty. Now batting. Again, the 1 out was Ella Whitney. As Gunter bunted it to right field, and that was an easy tap there by McKay.
Yeah, because what we saw there from McKay, just a soft little tap, because what we've seen a lot of times is a very hard, aggressive tap, and that creates a lot of animosity. But right there, just all she needed to do, a little love tap right there is what I like to call it.
Here comes McKenna Holland. She had a home run earlier today.
Next up for your Cardinals,
that was her first home run of the year. She'd love to get a second one out of Oviedo, Florida. With 2 outs, Cardinals on third and second. Mahalan, strike 1. So Peter Zach on third, Michaela Timmons on second. Mahalan swings. Mahalan misses.
Yeah, it looked like that time around just getting enough contact, but fouling it right back down. So now you go to an 0-2 count. You got 2 in scoring position. This would be a coach's worst nightmare to leave 2 in scoring position stranded. It would be Pena's worst nightmare if that comes to fruition.
Sophia Knight, she is looking to end the 4th. Will this be the dagger? Stays alive. Does Mahalan, as that one was down to the right, makes it 1-2.
Yeah, and that's tough. You're trying to get the chase outside, just a little bit too much on Mahalan.
Wind going towards left field now. Mulholland could have swung. She holds it. And you saw the run there by Peter Zach. She's safe. Steals home. How about it? Goes from third to home.
That is the definition of gutsy right there. I don't know how she saw the opening, how she saw the opportunity. Ball is in the pitcher Knight's hand. She's looking at home plate, and Peter Zach takes off. It's a bang-bang play, and they call her safe. Make it 5-3 Cardinals.
Lincoln, you miss it, side play. Mahalan. She will hold. Timmons will round to third. Another Cardinal in scoring position in Michaela Timmons. And McKenna Mahalan. If she can get a hit, that would help send Timmons home. And you mentioned pitcher's worst nightmare continues. Already given up a run earlier. Runner on third. Here comes McKenna Mahalan. Full count, 2 outs. Mahalan. She gets hit and walked. That's going to send Haley Urban up next. The Columbia City, Indiana native. Went to Columbia City High School.
And Urban's been a very tough matchup for Knight, as Urban's walked and she's been hit by a pitch. So now you got runners on the corners with 2 outs on Haley Urban. Interesting matchup here.
Here comes Haley Urban, third time by. Right down the middle, strike 1. Urban, redshirt junior, redshirted 2022 season. Mostly was a pinch runner a year ago. Now this year, she's a starter. She has played well. And she'd love to get a run. That one is high. Mulholland able to round second. Enough time to be able to send Mulholland to second. Great awareness there by Mulholland. So it's 1-1 the count with 2 outs. Sophia Knight. Here's the pitch. Fouls upright. 1-2, your count with 2 outs. Runner on third and Timmons. Runner on second in Mulholland. The 2 home run hitters. They'd love to score again. All up to Haley Urban with 2 outs. That one fouls again towards the bullpen.
Yeah, and like right now in the 1-2 count, Haley Urban, what she needs to do and what she is doing is fighting hard and being aggressive, because you don't know when that ball that's just on the outside corner that you think could go 50-50, you don't know what the home plate umpire is going to call. You have to go for it.
So again, 1-2 is the count with Haley Urban. So that one is low. Makes it 2-2.
And you know Haley Urban, she has the family ties here at Ball State. Her stepmother attended Ball State University, actually played a big factor of her attending here.
Cardinal fans grateful that she is for sure over here, has a chance to do something special. Urban heaves it to third base, and that is going to retire that one. How about it? Into the hands of Abilene.
That was an absolute worm burner into the glove of Abilene, a line drive. Talk about keeping your head on a swivel. Jeez, wow.
So at the end of the 4th, it is Ball State 5, Toledo 3. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we got more Ball State coming up here next. Muncie, Indiana.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesweets.hamptoninn.com. At munciesweets.hamptoninn.com.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
Ball State having a bit of an Irish jig as we get ready to start the 5th inning here. As it will be Audrey Miller wearing number 11 out of Hartville, Ohio. Starting this one off for the Rockets. Miller bats .317. He was able to get second base earlier. That one is right down the middle from Ella Whitney.
We saw Audrey Miller getting the first last time around, and then it ended up being a case where she had a pinch runner coming for her.
That was Marissa Warren. There is a foul. Nearly in the dugout again for Audrey Miller. Only a freshman, but definitely looks seasoned out there. She is playing well. Ella Whitney here to pitch again. Top of the 5th. Round from Peter Zach. She bobbles it as Miller able to get to first. Costly mistake nearly there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened right there. Mulholland looked like she had it right there, and then the throw to first just not there. Now you go from one freshman to another on this end with Bolding, who last time around singled.
See what the Greenfield, Indiana native can bring. It's Hoosier versus Hoosier. Whitney, the pitch. Far to the right. Ball one.
And I can't be the only one that saw that right there. Miller right there, Audrey Miller, she was thinking long and hard about second base right there, despite not even attempting a stolen bag all season.
Let's see what this pitch is. It's gone for a foul. So 1-1 your count. Wind picking up now, going towards right field. Probably the most we've seen the wind. See the American flag and the Ball State flags are in the wind. You can feel it in the air tonight.
Yeah, not as much of a hitter's advantage then.
Holding, strike two, right down the middle from Whitney.
Because if you have the wind blowing out to right, because these are right-handed batters, you want that going to the left. You want the ball to flow with the wind.
So let's see what Ella Whitney can bring to Bolding. Bolding won't swing. So it'll be 2-2 your count. And Miller on first.
And Michaela Timmons, really everybody on the Cardinals infield, they're well aware of what's going on at first base with Audrey Miller, knowing that she could steal second. Right there, Timmons, she had to eat the throw, but a little pump fake to kind of intimidate her.
See what the freshman can do this time by. Bolding won't swing. Makes it a full count. Runner on first. No outs. Top of the fifth. Again, this game one of our doubleheader. Let's see what Samantha Bolding, the freshman, does this time by. Whitney pitch. Far right. She will walk him. Bolding to first. Miller to second. And Maris Barbado, the catcher. Let's see what she can do this time by. Barbado. Staring down is Ella Whitney to pitch. Barbado hits it. Right field, caught by Weaver. Well, they end up calling that one foul.
And that's the tough part right there, because you see it as Weaver comes in full steam ahead from right field, pretty much all the way over to first base to make that catch. Absolutely insane effort from Weaver out and right.
Great job by her. That sends Madison McKay now in for the Rockets.
Number 24, Madison McKay.
And Madison McKay. That's 245 out of Chester, West Virginia. Making the haul down to Toledo. Whitney. Here's a runner trying to get away to third is Miller. Miller will make her way to third. Bolding to second. Good stolen base from Miller and Bolding. Cardinal defense just caught watching.
Yeah, that time around with two in scoring position, McKay has an opportunity to potentially, with one swing of the bat, tie this game.
See what Whitney chooses this time by. There's the hit. It is easily caught by Gibson. She walked from first base about to the middle of the dirt, gets the nice hit there. 2 outs now. Runner on third, runner on second.
Next up, the right fielder, number 12, Eliza.
Now you go to Eliza Maloney. And for Maloney so far on the season for Toledo, what she has brought to the table is a .250 average. Only 2 RBIs to her name, however.
She's going to try and send it over the wall. She does. Eliza Maloney. How about that from Maloney? Home run. Don't look now, but there's 3 runs from there, and the Rockets will lead.
And I'm looking right there behind home plate. I'm looking at her father, who is here in attendance. That has to be a special moment, hitting her first home run of the season. How do you like that?
And I mean, wow.
Next up,
Out of everyone I expected to get a home run, it was not going to be Maloney right there. We're back in the action now. Abele out of Oregon. So again, if you're just now tuning in, you missed it. 3-run homer makes it 6-5 Toledo, bottom of the 5th. That's strike 1 from Ella Whitney. And again, the Cardinal fans, they were hyped up, and it has quickly changed the tone you feel here at Ball State. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Ella Whitney would like to get a 3 and out quick.
Yeah, this is going to be tight, down to the wire finish here in this big-time matchup in Game 1 of a doubleheader. Just to think, we have more softball on the way after this.
Instant classic so far. Here comes Whitney. Ground out to Petersack. Petersack, can she get it to Gibson? Yes, she can. That'll retire this one. 6-3 put out. And that is going to end the top of the 5th. A 3-1 homer from Eliza Maloney makes this one the advantage to Toledo and the Rockets. And Roen, let's just go look back at Eliza Maloney.
You know what that means? It's time.
She was hitting 250.
Stretch.
She'd only had 4 runs this entire year. First home run there. Man, that was an impressive home run.
Yeah, to say the very least, we have the 5th inning stretch going on right now that I have to say the fans getting involved with that. But on Maloney's end, back to her, yeah, right as I say, only 2 RBIs to her name all season. Immediately, next pitch, out to dead center. And what we're seeing with these home runs, other than the one from McKenna Mulholland, what we're seeing is all of these are carrying out to dead center, which shows the power that these players have on both ends for both teams.
Definitely been an exciting one so far. We are now getting ready for the bottom of the 6th. And how about what we have seen earlier today? Again, the Cardinals currently down only 1 run. We will see Caitlin Gibson to start this one off. He struck out once. She's 0 for 2. Struck out first time. Hit a bunt. Can't score the next time by. And the Peru, Illinois native on the year hits 214. She was able to score a run against Butler. That was a great win for Ball State. 7-0 victory at Butler on Tuesday. It's Gibson hits it to center field. And that was a nice catch there from your center fielder in Vanderlucht. Able to get a quick catch there.
Yeah, the first pitch she sees takes it to dead center like a lot of these Cardinals and Rockets have been doing all day. And now you go up with 1 out.
Here comes Mandy Loth. And out of Avon, Indiana. She will foul that one right on the roof of the dugout. So 0-1 with a single out, bottom of the 5th. Rockets lead this one 6-5. Sophia Knight. Let's see what pitch she does this time by to Loth. Loth swings. Try to get a little contact, she misses. Gets the ball.
And now we see a pinch hitter coming in for the Cardinals in that 9 hole. It's looking like it's going to be Asa Morris in the 9 spot for Ball State.
That'll be the first time we've seen her here today. It's Mandy Loth. See what she can bring. Fouls that one. Makes it 1-2.
And now that wind is starting to pick up just a little bit. This time a little bit more off to the left, which gives Louth, a right-handed batter, a bit of an advantage.
Again, the George Washington transfer. Got ahead against Butler. She wants to get a run here today to tie this one up. Again, it is 6-5, bottom of the fifth. Advantage to the Rockets out of Toledo. Game one of this doubleheader today. Game one of this three-game homestand. Swing and a miss. Mandy Loth tires her, and you were correct. Aislinn Morris. Boy, does she have an impressive story. The Aussie native, Aislinn Morris.
And you can tell, too, you can tell that right there on that last pitch from Mandy Louth that she wanted to check that swing. It was up high in the zone. She didn't want to go for it, but now it was a little bit too late to turn back. So now with 2 away, Cardinals looking in the 9-hole to maybe spark a 2-out rally.
It'll be the 8th time Aislinn Morris has suited up for the Cardinals this year out of North Perth, Australia is Morris. She's had 2 RBIs this year. Strike one is the call there.
Talk about a heck of an inning from Sophia Knight, looking for potentially the first 1-2-3 inning of the game for either team.
Here comes the pitch from the aforementioned Knight. That one a little towards the right, makes it 1-1, your count with 2 out.
And then you got Peter Zach on deck for the Cardinals. That's why this is a crucial out, knowing what a dangerous hitter you have on deck and the top of the order in general.
Aislinn Morris, she will hold, doesn't swing, 2-1. So again, it is 6-5. Bottom of the fifth here, 2 outs. Back-to-back outs for the Cardinals. And as Roen just mentioned, could have the first 3 out. Aislinn Morris fouls that one. So it'll be 2-2. 2 out. 2s all around on the scoreboard for number 8, Aislinn Morris, and member of the 2020 Australian Softball Olympic squad is Aislinn Morris. Doesn't swing. Makes it a full count. And this is an intense moment for sure. Full count, 2 outs. Cardinals only down by 1. Some of their best hitters coming up next. Knight, can she end this one? She cannot. Walks Aislinn Morris to first. That'll send Maya Peterzak coming up next.
And that is exactly what you wanted if you're a Cardinal fan right there, to get that 2-out rally, potentially starting with the top of the order now with Maya Peterzak up to bat. It's interesting with Knight. She had her where she wanted her, 2-2 count, and what a comeback from Aislinn Morris, remaining patient on a lot of those on the inside part of the zone.
Watch out for Aislinn Morris. She is going to probably want to try and steal a base. As Maya Peterzak up next. She has had 2 runs already today and a stolen base to boot. So Maya Peterzak out of Chicago, Illinois. Sophomore infielder, Peterzak. Let's see what she is able to bring here today. One out. Peterzak. Sophia Knight here. She goes. Peterzak to left field. It is high to the wall. Maya Peterzak, 2-run homer. Easy for Maya Peterzak. How about that, Roen? home run sends Aislinn Morris to score as well. You blink, you miss. Cardinals lead 7-6.
How does that not get you pumped right there? Swinging a drive out to left field. I talked about a potential 2-out rally with the top of the order up, and look at that, Maya Peterzak doing just that. The vibes are at an all-time high here at the home opener for the Cardinals.
So again, 2 outs right now, 7-6, and Michaela Timmons set to bat after the 2-run homer. As Michaela Timmons won't swing there, ball 1. Sophia Knight, even though she has given up those 7 runs, she really has still played well today. Had some good moments so far. And again, that just shows how competitive these two are. There's a reason why these two were some of the top players ranked in the beginning of the season. I mean, Toledo was 3rd, Ball State 4th. Another close inside for Timmons. It'll make it ball 3.
And Michaela Timmons, like I said, the vibe's at an all-time high here. We saw it in the on-deck circle last time around. She was dancing in the on-deck circle, not even music playing. That's how much of an excitement factor there is here today.
And she will not swing. She gets walked once again. So, I mean, she does, as you mentioned, seem very excited until she has to end up walking. This is the 3rd straight time she's been walked. Again, started the game off perfectly with the home run. Sends Ella Whitney up next. Ella Whitney. She has been impressive. She ranks 1st in the MAC and 10th nationally. Their 10 pitching victories, and she's a heck of a hitter as well. There's Timmons. Can she steal second? No, she cannot. And that is a quick way to end this one. So, at the end of the 5th, Cardinals lead 7-6. We'll take a quick timeout here. SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
Indiana's top sports media school in 2024 by the Indiana Association of School Broadcasters.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Welcome back to Ball State University. It is Ball State versus Toledo. There's some softball action here today. Maxwell, Gillie, Roen, Elbert. It's top of the 6th, and Roen, this is only game 1 of our doubleheader we have here today. And this has been a really fun one so far.
Oh, yeah, and bombs away for the Cardinals. We've seen home runs from Michaela Timmons, McKenna Mulholland, and most importantly, to give them a 7-6 lead, Maya Peterzak. But now Toledo, this is interesting. You go with Eli Enriquez at the top of the order. So you got to go 1, 2, 3 with Whitney here against the Rockets to start us off.
And Enriquez, got to watch out for her speed. Not afraid to steal some bases. First pitch is a ball. And Enriquez out of Sacramento, California. Pitch number 2, swing. But they end up calling that one a ball. It was definitely out. She did swing. But that's the good call there. Right call by our umpires. So again, Eli Enriquez scored earlier. Can she do it again? Enriquez swings again, but that one is called a strike.
But now what you have here with Eli Enriquez, who is making her comeback today in a sense. She's reached base all 3 times around. It's a very tough out. Let's see if Whitney can finally figure her out the 4th time around.
Enriquez won't swing there. Gets thrown right down the middle, 3-1.
Again, that time, what you see from Whitney is trying to get a chase. And that time, just missing the spot.
So again, Ella Whitney, let's see what she can do this time. By she ends up walking Enriquez. And after that, we will get to see Sydney Griffith coming up next. Griffith, see what she can bring this time by. She scored earlier as well. Wants to bunt it, and she will bunt it. Ends up getting out though, but that is going to send Enriquez to second. So sack bunt ends up sending Enriquez to second, and once again getting us to see Endra Vanderlucht.
A really good sacrifice, I have to say, by Griffith, knowing that you're a great hitter, but advancing the runner. Great selfless play.
Cardinals looking to anticipate maybe a bunt. Ball 1. That's Vanderlucht. Decides to hold there. Makes the right call. Keeps it 1-0. 1 out. Runner on second in Enriquez. Top of the 6th here from Muncie, Indiana. Bit of a chilly start for a day. So not the perfect weather you had for the baseball home opener. As it's jacket weather, but outside of that, perfect day.
Yeah, very much so. Sunny skies. The wind has been pretty soft today as a whole as well.
See what Vanderlucht can do this time by. Swing to Peterzak. Peterzak can't get her hands on it. And once again, just that little bobble from Peterzak at shortstop. It's going to send Vanderlucht.
And that's tough. That's a chopper right towards her way at shortstop. And it takes a very late bounce, resulting in the error on the end of Peterzak, and a circle visit now with Helen Pena and the entire infield greeting Whitney. There has been some activity in that Cardinal bullpen for quite some time, but I don't think they pull the plug on Whitney quite yet.
And I mean, even though she's given up 6 runs, similar tonight, both have played really well. That's been my big takeaway. And again, as you mentioned earlier, it is a doubleheader. You want to make sure you don't use all of your pitchers for this one, considering that, let's say in about an hour, we'll have another matchup.
Yes, and you know that at the in softball, your options at pitcher are very much so limited. You really only have 4 or 5 people on your staff, and that's total. That's not even your starting staff. These are bullpen starters. It's about 5.
Miller had 2 runs. Can't she get a third? Fouls that one. About the farthest foul ball we've seen going into the tailgate lot over there.
And that's why for somebody like Ella Whitney, when she was entering the portal coming out of FIU, she was such an attractive prospect because of what she brings on both ends of also being a great hitter and also a great pitcher.
Again, 1-1 is your count now for Audrey Miller. Runner on second, runner on first. And 7-6 advantage, Ball State, top of the 6th. Whitney, there's the throw. That one's high. 2-1. And Audrey Miller. She is the only Rocket who was able to score twice. That one gets fouled again. So 2-2 your count. One out. Runners on first, runners on second. And like we saw earlier, Coach Pena had the opportunity, could have tried to take out Whitney. She keeps her in. So Whitney would like to get a strike. Here's the pitch. High to the right. That made Timmons have to work, but makes it full count with one out. Runners on first, runners on second. This is going to be the moment for Miller. Whitney
Big pitch.
Stares her down. Down to center field. Rounding third to home. It is Enriquez. She is safe. So Enriquez able to score. It was sent down the center field line. Cardinals can't get a hand on it. Cardinals can't stop it. And we are tied.
Yeah, would you look at that RBI single off of the bat of Audrey Miller. Perfect placement out in center. The Cardinals really in shallow center field haven't had an answer for anything that's been hit out there. So now you go back to Bolding in the 5 spot, who has walked the last 2 plate appearances. Let's see what she does here with runners on first and second and a knotted up ball game.
She will end up getting a strike first time by the aforementioned Samantha Bolding, the Eastern Hancock High School graduate. And boy, was she impressive. Single season home run and career home run record at Eastern Hancock. Has had 4 homers this year. If she would have a homer, it'd make it 10-7. Strike 2. Right down the middle from Whitney.
And it's interesting with Bolding how she's been able to immediately, I wouldn't say dominate at the Division I level, but her style of play has translated so smoothly from the high school level to the collegiate level.
Whitney. There's the pitch. Fouls that. So 0-2, 1 out. Top of the 6th. 7-7 ball game courtesy of Enriquez. She's able to steal third and go home for the score. Keep this one tied.
Because Bolding, she knows that she's going to have to fight. And you mentioned all the records she broke at Eastern Hancock High School. It's interesting that she's a multi-sport athlete. Not only great on the softball field, but also on the basketball court as well. I'm sure she had her options there, but I'm glad that she chose the softball realm of things with the way she's been playing today for her Rockets, making this more and more of an interesting ball game.
And again, if you had the opportunity to come out here and you didn't make it, you missed out. This has been a fun one so far. You got another opportunity. Doubleheader today, action tomorrow as well. Bolding. She will swing, she will foul. Back-to-back foul balls for Samantha Bolding. And Ella Whitney with a runner on second and a runner on first. She needs, if you're a Ball State fan, to get this strike out so there's no bases loaded. Bolding fouls it towards left field. Keeps this one still alive. So again, 0-2 your count with only 1 out. It is top of the 6th here. Been a fun one so far. Can Samantha Bolding give the Rockets their first lead since the first inning? Let's see what Bolding can do. There's the swing. Hit off to third. Can the Cardinals get a stop? They do.
I like the awareness right there, the situational awareness as a whole to send it to second rather than first. So now you do have Bolding advancing via the fielder's choice, but it's better than having a situation with 2 in scoring position now rather than 1. And with 2 outs, the sac fly being out of play, that's a big part of this inning now. The Cardinals looking to fight back in a tied ball game.
Morris Barbato. Let's see what Barbato can do. Runner on third, runner on the first, 2 outs. Ella Whitney has a chance to end this one. Making an interesting 7th inning. Can't afford to give up a run if you're a Ball State Cardinal fan. Whitney. Petersack can't get her hands on it. 1 Rocket will score. It was sent down the shortstop. And that is the score there from Vanderlucht. Makes it 8-7.
And that's frustrating if you're a Cardinal fan. What we just saw right there was Peter Zach on all 4s trying to get a hold of that, just not in the right spot. It's unfortunate, wrong place at the wrong time, results in Toledo taking a lead.
So, who was set to come up next was Madison McKay for the Rockets. But we have a new pinch hitter in, Emma O'Day out of Avon, Ohio, in for Madison McKay. So number 23, Emma O'Day, in for McKay. Wondering what the holdup was, ends up being O'Day. It's Whitney. Just a bit out the strike zone. Ball 1.
And Mulholland at second base, she's been telling her, just trying to get her in the right spot, trying to give her the motivation. Now we have the infield coming in to greet Whitney as we see her in the circle. She's greeted by Gibson and Mulholland. And I wonder what insight they may be giving her.
We will have to wait and see.
Because it seems like on my end, really nothing is being said in that circle. It looked like right there Gibson was rubbing dirt off of the rubber, and that's really all I saw. Really not much of a conversation there.
The holdup is Reese Schoholm, now the pinch runner at first. There is the hit down to right field, and Weaver and Emma O'Day quickly gets this one out. So it is the bottom of the 6th coming up. Rockets lead 8-7. 2 were left on base. That is exactly what the Cardinals really needed to have happen.
Oh, exactly. Because right there, you make this a situation where if you give up another base hit, which would be the 10th on the game, Toledo 9 base hits on the day, it becomes a situation where now you trail by 3 runs and it's comeback time. Now, this is anybody's ball game. You know it's one swing of the bat that can change this game. As we have Ella Whitney up to bat after Michaela Timmons was caught stealing, trying to go to second. So you got 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the order up for the Cardinals, and Whitney, Gunter, and Mulholland. That's a very dangerous part of the Cardinal lineup. The good news is for Toledo is you're about as far away from Michaela Timmons as you possibly can be, and I don't know if she will get another plate appearance here in Game 1 today.
But in the same token, you got to watch out for Mulholland, who had her first home run of the year, and it's one of the reasons why this is now a close matchup.
Oh, you definitely do. You have to look all over the place, and you have to also think about, even after Mulholland, Haley Urban, who has been very good today of getting on base, as a walk and a hit by pitch to her name. She's 0 for 1, however. That's going to be another dangerous part if we even cross that bridge, as she's up after the first 3 on deck.
So it will remain with Sophia Knight here in the bottom of the 6th, and it's pitcher versus pitcher for Ella Whitney. set up
Laying out
next.
the bottom of the 6 for your Cardinals, the designated player, number 11, Ella
So
Whitney.
let's see what Ella Whitney can bring. Hasn't really had a chance to show any of her offense yet today. And that will be called a ball.
And it looked like Whitney, she looked over at the umpire and she put her elbow out as if maybe that ball scraped her on the elbow.
There have been a lot of hits that were really close inside. Ultimately, umpire says play on. Strike one is the call there. So 1-1 your count for Ella Whitney.
Had that ball made any contact on her, it would have been very vague. I didn't see anything personally, but still, nonetheless, we move on with the 1-1 count.
Whitney gets strike two there. So let's see if Knight can retire Whitney and try and make a quick bottom of the 6th. Throw. Whitney. That one is fouled right in between the scoring, both of the stands.
I can't lie. I thought I had a chance right there. You saw the look in my eyes.
He was ready, America. Just the instant reaction time from our very own Roen Elbert. 1-2 the count here. Bottom of the 6th. Knight with the throw. Another inside throw makes it 2-2.
But yeah, now you got Gunter on deck. So even if you're able to retire Whitney, again, it's still going to be an uphill climb for Knight.
Whitney, she is gonna be able to get her first hit right between shortstop and third to left center. Ella Whitney makes it on base for the first time.
When Knight has gone strong pretty much all the way through this entire contest, it's kind of hard to go 0 for 4, 0 for 5. Now we have a pinch runner for the Cardinals and Peyton Fox. But up for Ball State now you go with Kara Gunter. And what you're bringing here with Fox is quite a bit of speed over at first, because if you're Helen Pena, you need to go with anything you can get on the base paths.
So again, it is Kara Gunter up next.
For your Cardinals, number 27, Peyton Fox.
Gunter scored earlier in the third.
Fielder, number 5, Kara Gunter.
She wants to score again. And again, that was off of the home run from Mulholland, who is on deck. So runner on first, that's Peyton Fox. And that is very clearly a hit by pitch. So Gunter makes her way to first.
In on the hands, that's how you draw a foul ball potentially on the inside, but that time around the inverse effect, nailing her on the hands. And now you go to McKenna Mulholland with nobody out and already a runner in scoring position.
Can Mulholland hit a bomb again and give the Cardinals the lead? Fox is able to run to third. That'll send Gunter to second as the pitch was outside. Cardinals take advantage, steal second and third base. So let's see what Mulholland can do. That one is a strike.
Yeah, right now in a 1-1 on Mulholland, trying to go around the zone because last time around, she took it all the way out to left field.
See the pitch. Mulholland, right center field. One Cardinal will score. Mulholland round second. Gunter's gonna go home. Mulholland to third. That is a triple for Mulholland, and the Cardinals are able to score once again right down the right center line. Mulholland gives the Cardinals the advantage.
9-8 our score. McKenna Mulholland getting everybody off of their feet. And look at this now. Haley Urban with nobody out and a runner on third. The sack fly is in play here.
See what she is able to do. Nearly gets hit right down the middle. So, ball one.
Center fielder, number 9, Haley Urban.
And now we have yet another meeting at the circle with the pitching coach, Kyle Brady. I wonder what's being discussed here, and it makes you wonder with Toledo, how many options do they have? I'm looking over, not a whole lot of action going on in that bullpen. It's mainly just a lot of stretching and really all of that. And we even see on the third base end, McKenna Mulholland interacting with the crowd here. A couple dogs in the crowd as well. A lot of packed fans here to watch this home opener.
So if you're in the Muncie area and you're looking for something to do, guess what? We got game 2 of the doubleheader about 30 minutes after this game ends. So now you have plenty of time to make your way over to Ball State Softball Stadium. And who knows, we may have just as high a scoring game 2 as this first one has been.
Maybe. Hey, knock on wood. Which, no wood. Okay, that's close enough.
There we go, yeah. Roen making sure to knock on the press box. Far away, wasn't heard by anyone other than the wonderful listeners on SL Digital presented by Victory Honda Muncie. Haley Urban set to bat. Doesn't swing, makes it 2-0.
But yeah, Urban locked in, I should say, because of what she's been able to do all day of being a patient hitter.
See what Urban can do. Won't swing again. Makes it ball 3.
Now the 3-0 pitch is typically pretty predictable. It's really a recovery pitch for Sophia Knight. Let's see if she can use that recovery pitch to her advantage.
She ends up walking instead, sends it right down the middle. Urban once again walked. She's been walked twice and was also hit by a pitch earlier today. Hasn't really had a chance to hit. Here's Caitlin Gibson.
Yeah, now we have the entire Toledo infield convening in. It's interesting. Now the umpires, I think it's because we could see maybe a lineup change and a actual pitcher change here for Toledo. Sophia Knight's day is over.
And that is going to send Maddie Iaki in out of Toledo, Ohio. The MAC All-Freshman team member, 5'4" sophomore. Left-handed pitcher, 0 for 2 on the year.
Yeah, and really on the pitching end, though, for Toledo, what we're seeing from Waiaki is a 6.1 ERA on the year in 19 innings pitched. In those 19 innings she has pitched, she's given up 17 earned runs, 7 walks. Let's see what Waiaki can do coming out of the bullpen for the ace of the Toledo rotation in Knight.
So, at the what has been an already exciting 6th inning, officially see Knight's afternoon done, 6 2/3. And again, Waiaki out of Toledo, Ohio. Went to Holland Springfield High School. 2-time first-team All-State. 2022 D1 runner-up. And in her last 3 appearances, she's had about 8 1/3 innings pitched. She's given up 11 hits, 5 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. She had 6 hits and 5 runs given up on the 15th against Western Michigan. So she'd like to do the opposite of that here today with Caitlin Gibson up next. Runner on first, runner on third. There's a nice steal there from Urban. So that'll make it runner now on third. In second, Caitlin Gibson. What can she bring? 0-1 is the count with 0 outs still.
Yeah, she's looking to play the cleanup role here.
That one she won't swing on. Goes a bit to the right, makes it 1-1 your count.
The first baseman, number 12, Caitlin Gibson.
So again, it's Mulholland at third. Haley Urban at second off of the walk. And the stolen base. Gibson to the wall. It's out of here. 3-run homer. Oh my. Another home run. This is madness. 12-8. 5 runs scored here in the 6th.
Max, I don't know what to say. It has been a barrage of dingers today for the Cardinals. And how about Gibson leaving the yard out in left center for her second bomb of the season?
How about that for Ball State, as we will have a new Cardinal joining the fray. Sophie Schock out of Fishers, Indiana. Comes in to replace Mandy Loth. Here in the 6th, Sophie Schock. 286 on the year is Schock. 1 run on the year. This will be her 9th game she's been a part of. And in the last 3 at-bats, she has had a hit and a walk. So let's see what the Fishers, Indiana sophomore can do.
Number 21, Sophie Schock.
And again, after a home run, if you are the Toledo Rockets, you're going to want to try and do everything you can. Let's end this one. Once again, it is Waiaki pitching for the Rockets.
And that's got to be frustrating.
So 1-1 your count.
It's got to be frustrating that at bat number 1, you have a bit of momentum now, you're fresh, and you give up a home run out to left center field to Caitlin Gibson. It's got to be rough.
Schock won't swing there. So it will be 2-1. So again, after the 3-run homer, Cardinals are up 12-8. Meanwhile, no runners on base right now and no outs. Inside the middle, strike. Right down the barrel.
And then back in the 9th spot, Weaver is back in there after initially being pinch hit for Aislinn Morris.
We'll see what Schock is able to do this time by 2-2 your count. She will hit it left center, and it is an easy pop fly for the Rockets. So that was Bolden.
And to think that that was only the first out. Toledo still an uphill climb to try and get out of this inning.
See what Maddie Weaver can bring for the Ball State Cardinals. Waiaki wanting the change. As again, Weaver 1K so far on the day. And she gets the strike.
Yeah, Weaver all in all 0 for 2. Yeah, she did strike out swinging earlier, but still they give her another opportunity here. Let's see if she can make the most of it and add on to the Cardinal cushion of 4 runs.
Weaver nearly gets tapped with that pitch. 0-2 your count. So again, we are still at the bottom of the sixth. 12-8 your score here in Muncie. 0-2, the count for Weaver. That one out to the right. Ball one, so 1-2 your count.
And then you go into a point now where you have Peter Zach on deck. You get back to the top of the order after you get by Weaver here potentially. It's not going to be easy.
Weaver won't swing. 2-2.
No, she's not going to budge. She is going to remain patient in this spot. And why wouldn't she be? In a 2-2 count now, she has more of an advantage. We are all even.
See what Weaver does this time by Waiaki. Throw down the barrel, strikes Weaver out. And with that, let's say hello to Maya Peterzak once more. Peterzak
shortstop, number 7, Maya
had the home run earlier. And Peterzak, she has played well on the offense. Strike one is the call there. She's had 3 runs so far in this one. Has struggled on the defensive end. Offensively, nearly perfect is Peterzak. She fouls that one, so 0-2.
Nearly perfect is the perfect way to describe it. She has gotten on base in all 4 plate appearances, including stealing home. How gutsy is that?
And again, only a sophomore, but she's had a lot of experience in her young career here at Ball State. Started a lot of games last year. That one out to the side. 1-2 your count. Wind starting to pick up a little more here in Muncie.
Papers flying everywhere.
Trying to take our notes. But we're having a great time here. 1-2 you count. Swing. And a miss.
This is a crucial out because look who's on deck for the Cardinals. Michaela Timmons and Waiaki. I don't know if she gets the same impression of Timmons that maybe Knight had of trying to pitch around her. I'm sure she knows the damage she can do, though.
She definitely saw it early on with that home run in her first time by. So Peterzak won't swing there, makes it 2-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. As you mentioned, Michaela Timmons. She has been walked 3 times in a row after scoring a home run in the first inning. She would be on deck. Waiaki would love to avoid having to see her. That one's out to the side again. Ball 3. Full count.
What a comeback. You're down 0-2, and now you get it up to a full count. 2 away. This is a big out for Waiaki and the Rockets if they can get it, but still, what a comeback from Peterzak.
Waiaki. Here's the pitch. Peterzak trying to hit it. It is fouled into the bullpen.
Heck is what we saw right there. And again, that's why they were so adamant on closing that door on the right side in foul territory, because that was definitely in play. It was right there. The first baseman, McKay, hightailing after it, ran out of room.
So full count, 2 outs. All eyes on the sophomore Peterzak. She walks. And coming up next, as we have now had the opportunity to see all 9 of the Cardinals here in this 6th inning, it'll be Michaela Timmons.
Michaela Timmons, not only one of the best catchers at the Mid-American Conference, not one of the best catchers at the mid-major level. How about one of the best catchers in the country? I think that's the perfect way to describe it.
And that's a very easy call there. Ball 1. Nowhere near Timmons is that pitch from Waiaki. Pitch number 2, far to the right as well.
I think Waiaki gets the same impression that Knight had on Timmons as well, which is pitch around her, and it's not even painting the zone. It's more of, hey, everything outside.
And that'll be ball 3, and coming up next would be Ella Whitney, who started on deck for the 6th inning.
I mean, at that point, you might as well intentionally walk her.
And they will. So, once again, you get to see Timmons walked. Coming up next, it is Ella Whitney now. Boy, has she been impressive here today for the Ball State Cardinals. She's given up some of those runs. Not all of them have been on her. A couple home runs, a couple errors committed. Each team has 3. But again, this is the inning where we've really got to see Whitney as a hitter. Right down the middle is that pitch, ball 1.
And remember, she led off the inning. That's how much the Cardinals have been able to run through the lineup and be dominant in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead 12-8, and they put up 5 runs in this inning.
Let's see what Whitney does this time by. Another ball outside the strike zone, 2-0.
You got Kara Gunter on deck for the Cardinals, but nonetheless, 2 away for Toledo, trying to finally get the out that they need to send it to a do-or-die top of the 7th.
And again, runners on 1st and 2nd. In Peterzak, in Timmons. How many times have we said that here today?
Yeah.
See Whitney. 2-1 your count. 2 outs. She won't swing. She gets the strike. So it is 2-all, 2 outs. Let's see what Waiaki does this time by. The meeting of the pitchers, Waiaki versus Whitney. It's ball 3. It's that pitch far to the right. Full count, 2 outs. Runner on 1st, runner on 2nd for the Cardinals. Waiaki pitching for the Rockets. Ella Whitney hitting for the Cardinals. She will foul into the bullpen.
And you know, in a 3-2 right here with 2 away, you know what is at stake. And I'm sure Waiaki knows, I'm sure Whitley knows. This is huge, and this is the biggest pitch of the game.
Waiaki gets the signal. Here we go. It's foul. Staying alive is Ella Whitney on this full count. And the Cards have scored 5 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. We're still in the bottom of the 6th if you're retuning in. Whitney high in the sky, but it's not caught. There's the score by Peterzak. How about that? Peterzak. Great awareness by the sophomore.
I don't know how in the world that's not caught. We see right there, right in front of home plate, Barbado, the catcher. She's right there. It's fair, drops right in front of her. And Peterzak, you have to remember, it dropped right in front of home plate. And the fact that she was able to yet again go right into home for a 2nd time, insane. Now a 13-8 ball game in favor of the Cardinals. They have a 5-run cushion going into a potential game-clinching top of the 7th.
And the big thing is, it's right after this one, we got another one coming up. It's been a fun one so far. Yes, Kara Gunter back in here for the Cardinals. 2 outs, runner on second, runner on first in Whitney. Second in Timmons. Gunter won't swing. Ball 1 is your call by the umpire. See what Waiaki can do. Again, Waiaki, the second pitcher for the Rockets here today. Swing, miss, 1-1 your count. Again with the 2 outs for the Cardinals. Cardinals trying to keep this game from out of reach for the Rockets. Swing, miss. 2-1 your count.
And that was a great job by Gunter, able to check her swing on the inside part. You could tell she wanted it, but had she gone all the way, she would have definitely been on top of it. Now a 2-1 count.
So again, Cardinals on second, Cardinals on first. Gunter fouls this one. Roen wanted it. Third time it's gone near you.
Oh, man.
It's not as close as the first time. The first time we had it, it was just about a row and a half in front of us.
Max, I can't catch a break.
Oh, no, I'm not judging you.
No, not
I'm
at all.
not able to do it. I was trying to get out of the way. You ran into it. You were like, I want it. And Gunter wants this one. She fouls that one, makes it 2-2, 2 outs.
Hey, you can tell she wanted all of that right there, because now we're approaching here through a 5-run lead. One swing of the bat makes it really it gets it into blowout territory. The mercy rule is an 8-run lead after 5 innings, so one swing of the bat can end the game here too.
Gunter, that was close inside. Full count, 2 outs. Runner on second in Timmons. Runner on first in Whitney. And Gunter, what is she gonna do? Swing, miss. And that's how we end the 6th. What an impressive 6th inning for the Ball State Cardinals. They are able to score 6 runs. They leave 2 on base. Man, oh man, it was wild for sure. We'll take a quick timeout when we come back. 7th inning here from Ball State University.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Welcome back to Ball State Softball Stadium. It is the top of the 7th, and if you're just now joining us, my name is Maxwell Gillie. That's Roen Elbert. And no, if you've been looking at social media, the accounts aren't wrong. It is 13-8 right now, top of the 7th. Heck of a way to have a home opener if you're the Ball State Cardinals.
Oh, I know. Talk about the perfect way to get it started. I think the 23 games on the road were worth the wait.
Here comes Eliza Maloney for the Rockets. Whitney gets the strike immediately.
You have to remember the last time Maloney was in the box for the Rockets, she took one deep to dead center on Whitney.
And that is what the Rockets need to get back into this one, down 5. Another pitch by Whitney. It's a little high, makes it 1-1 your count, top of the 7th. Again, Eliza Maloney out of Huron, Ohio. She bats .250 heading into the day. And she had her first home run of the year. She is going to hit that one down the left center wall in the dugout to get a foul.
Had that been fair, there's a good chance that would have been gone. That was right there on the foul line. It's about 200 back, and that looked to me about 199.
It was impressive for sure from Maloney. Let's see what Whitney does this time by for the Cardinals. Whitney. Swing. Miss. And that will retire Maloney here today. Coming up next, it is Peyton Abele out of Sherwood, Oregon, excuse me. Coming from Oregon to Ohio, definitely a long journey. The Rockets have enjoyed her presence this season. Whitney to throw. Ground out to third. Is she safe? Yes, she is.
That's quick. That's a bang-bang play. Great job by Abele to use the speed. Louth at third base. It was a slow roller down the line. You kind of have to hesitate, not knowing whether or not it'll go foul. She gets it right as it's about to roll foul. Sends it to first, just not in time.
And here comes Eli Enriquez once again. Boy, has she impressed us here today. Already had a run earlier today. She gets ball 1 there. It's Whitney's pitch. Bit high to the left side. So 1-0, 1 out. Runner on first in Abele. See what Enriquez can do. Again. Swing. So it should have been striking, it was.
Yeah, that time around, she was on top of it. Again, low in the zone. Whitney trying to get the chase, and exactly what she got right there.
1-1 your count with 1 out. Abele on first. Ella Whitney. She can sense the end of this game. 2 outs, neither. Whitney can't get it past first base. Enriquez makes her way to first. Abele to second. And that is a mistake by Gibson that she is not going to look back at fondly.
Oh, no, not at all. Again, it's tough, especially when you're cheating more off towards your bag and then it goes off to that 3-4 gap. But now you go into Sydney Griffith, who has been great all throughout her Toledo career.
She scored in the first. Can she score in the 7th? Strike 1. Call for Griffiths. A runner on second, runner on first, 1 out. Ella Whitney. She has been impressive this season and today. That pitch is low. 1-1 your count, 1 out.
Now that wind is picking up steam out to the left. That's pretty hitter-friendly for Toledo.
Much needed for the Rockets. There is the hit there by Griffith. That goes foul.
Yeah, we saw Weaver out in right field, hightailing after it, and Mulholland over at second base, all on the first base line. Unable to come up with it, but nonetheless, 1-2 count, and you're 1 strike away from being 1 out away from beginning 1-0 on the day.
Pitch by Whitney goes foul. So 1-2 still your count. 1 out, runners on second, runners on first. You're in the top of the 7th. It is 13-8. And even though the Rockets have had 11 hits to the Cardinals 9, the Cardinals, those home runs are the reason why they have the lead. There is between right center field. You see Griffith able to make it to first, and don't blink, but bases are loaded now with Vanderlucht coming up next.
That's right, bases are loaded, which means with Vanderlucht, one swing of the bat can make it a one-run ball game. And for Vanderlucht on the season, if we're talking power numbers, 2 home runs to her name. Now, with the bases loaded, 1 away, the Rockets are going to have multiple hacks at this. We'll see what can happen here. And now we got Helen Pena and the entire Cardinal infield greeting Whitney as Ball State looking to close it out right here for potentially win number 1 on the day.
And I mean, you have to have this conversation if you're the Cardinals. I mean, bases loaded, something has to get figured out. Because when you're up by 5, it really feels like, hey, this is going to be a quick and easy way to get a win. But tell you what about this Rockets team. We talked about it earlier. They are significantly better than their record shows. And the biggest thing is they have a lot of fight, which is exactly what you need to be successful in a conference like the MAC.
Next up for the Rockets, the center fielder, number 22, Kendra Vanderlucht.
So Kendra Vanderlucht coming up next. The senior has a chance to keep this one in striking distance. Bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the 7th. Cardinals up 13-8. Ella Whitney after the meeting of the minds. Here's the throw. Right down the middle, strike.
Just what she needed. Left that down the middle of the plate. Now Vanderlucht is down 0-1 early. I wonder if that means she'll get more aggressive here. That's what I would anticipate.
See what Ella Whitney does this time by. Down the middle again, strike. It was low, and Vanderlucht takes the bait.
And she's trying to build a pitch tunnel right there. She's going to go lower and lower with that until she gets the chase she wants.
1 out, bases loaded, 0-2 count. Vanderlucht, she's gonna hit it, and it's caught. How about that from McKenna Mulholland?
McKenna Mulholland to give your Cardinals a 13-8 victory.
And that's gonna do it. Here from Game 1, your Ball State Cardinals win this one 13-8. And McKenna Mulholland, she had a home run, and she saves the day.
Yeah, McKenna Mulholland with the game-winning double play. A line out right into her glove at second base. There's a runner on first, so all she has to do, run over to the bag. And that is game over, folks. That'll take us into Game 2, where the action, I'm telling you, it's just getting started, my friend.
So again, your final score, 13-8. It was a great performance by the Ball State Cardinals. Good effort by the Rockets. Now if you are in the area, about 30 minutes until first pitch of Game 2. You've been listening to SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda Muncie. For Roen, Elbert, I'm Maxwell Gillie. Stay tuned. We're going to be back here in 30 minutes from Muncie, Indiana.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.